Hey YouTube family, it's Daughter of the Most High. Last night I watched a video on the Becket Cook Show, which is his YouTube channel name, and he interviews AJ Hurley, the man behind Justice for the Five. And this is such an interesting interview. It's 53 and a half minutes long, and I'm going to play a snippet for you right now, and then we'll chat after.
We need to see the victims of abortion because this issue is just shrouded in euphemisms and lies and propaganda. It is not until they see the faces of these precious innocent children that this will be stopped, man. It is the most wicked and diabolical demonic thing that I've ever experienced in my life, and I promise you I will devote the rest of my life to ending it because it is that vile.
So at the 14 or 15 minute mark of the interview with Becket, he shares the incident that occurred that ignited the passion to fight abortion in him. So I just encourage you to click on the link and watch this video. It's so, of course, it's difficult to watch. Anything about abortion is, but it's so important to pay attention and listen to interviews like this so that we can not be complacent. And that's what happens is we hear about these issues and we become complacent because it's not our lives. And I am looking for more that I can do to help this cause. I have such a heart for these aborted babies. Now, we know that abortion in the first trimester is very, very different than second and third trimester abortions and partial birth abortions. And while they're all death of a baby, a living human being, there isn't the physical pain and anguish in first trimester abortions that there are in second and third trimesters abortions. So they're all wretched, they're all evil, they're all sin, they're all murder. But the baby goes through so much more in second and third, especially third trimester abortions, but even second. It makes me sick. It's hard for me to talk about because it is so evil. Oh, the blood that is on, that cries out to God. This one issue, we have so many issues in our world and in our country, but this one issue, the blood of those babies cries out to God. It's so evil and so horrible. And I wish, he says he wants to see it end. I don't think we're going to see it end. Our nation is we have so much evil on so many different levels in so many different areas now that it's the end times, and the Antichrist spirit is more prevalent than ever. The Antichrist spirit is the spirit of everything that's against God, everything good. And I need to study more about the Antichrist spirit, but I know that it is, growing or more prevalent in these end times. And so that's why we see so much evil. So regarding the issue of abortion, I mean, it just breaks my heart. I honestly don't know how these abortion doctors and nurses can actually do the work that they do. Even as an unsaved person, before my born-again experience, born of the Spirit of God, I could not have done it. I'm not built that way. And I know there's a portion of people that women and men, women have the abortion, but these are men's babies, so it's both. There is like a subgroup or portion of women that have abortions that do not understand the magnitude of what they're doing. And there's men that don't understand the magnitude of what they have agreed to. Or maybe they were the one. Now, sometimes the woman wants the abortion, and sometimes she wants the baby, and the man wants the abortion, and she feels obligated to follow through with his wishes. Sometimes it's the parents of teenagers that want their daughter to have an abortion or their son's girlfriend to have an abortion. So it comes from all sides, and we all have blood on our hands for knowing about this, and for the most part, most of us doing nothing. Absolutely nothing. And so, again, I don't know how much we can do, but I know that when we sit down with Jesus at the end of it all, that this is going to be something that is going to be addressed with us. What did we ever do for the poor, for the prisoners, for the widows, and for the aborted babies and the abused animals? What did we ever do while our world makes this a common practice? What did we do? And I can tell you right now, I haven't done much of anything about any of it. I mean, I have a rescue dog, that's one saved dog, and a rehomed Westie. The one I got, we've had her 4 months now. She's a rehomed Westie. And so, but she was a show dog. That's my little girl that I showed in one of the recent videos. But she is 5. And so I like to do what I can. I also work with addicts and alcoholics. I have done that for just over 16 years now. And I've worked in faith-based programs, and I've worked in mostly secular programs because there's so few faith-based programs. I miss faith-based treatment. I do. So I have done that much, but I haven't done as much as I could have along the way. I want to do more. We are in the end times. I don't know how much time we have left. Like I told you, I saw 1, 2, 3, 4 and 2, 3, 4 like 3 or 4 times, and then I saw it again just recently. And when I see those numbers, I looked them up. What they mean is that things are lining up. Things are lining up. And so that means that, all of a sudden, we're going to be in the midst of the end time events, whether it's war, famine, all of it. Another indication of where we are in the end times timeline is this word by Abby Kay, given to her January 21st. And Betty forwarded this to me. And so I'm just going to read a little bit of it. It's called, I'm Calling Back My Servants to the Secret Place. And so this is the first paragraph. I am calling many of my faithful ones away from the public space and into the secret place with me. Many who have been giving prophecies and warnings on social media are starting to wrap things up because I need to prepare them for what lies ahead. All that needs to be told has been told and is out there in the public domain. Let everyone take heed and seek me on their own moving forward. They have been faithful and have labored to bring my messages and love to the multitudes. Now they need to rest and prepare themselves for what is coming. So, isn't that interesting? And for me personally, as I've shared on my channel, I felt the urge and the drawing inward, just like it says in here. I'm calling many of my faithful ones away from the public space. I wanted to get away from, the words and the dreams and the rapture dreams and all that kind of stuff. And that's not what God's saying here. What he's saying that is there are words that are out there that are to prepare us, that were given to prepare us for the end times, but all has been said. All that needs to be said has been said. That's what he's saying. So for me personally, I felt the drawing inward, because for me it was conflicting words and dreams and things that happen, that words that never happen and that sort of thing. So that's my particular, experience there. But I feel God calling me inward. And my point is that this is prep for what's coming. So that means our time is shorter. We are moving into the end time events. And so that's just some of the ways that the Lord has um, spoken this to me, and then through this word as well. When I read this word and read the title of it, I'm calling back my servants to the secret place. I feel that. I have felt that drawing inward, and I encourage you to pray about that too. Um, I can leave the link to this message as well beneath the interview so that you can read this or go. Actually, I'm not sure. Abby Kay's on the Prophecy 444 news, but I'll leave a link in the description. I want to share it with you. She has Psalm 91 at the top of it, 91:1. He who dwells in the secret place of the Most High shall remain stable and fixed under the shadow of the Almighty, whose power no foe can withstand. Amen. We all need to dwell in that secret place because things are coming soon, and we see more and more indications. Just recently, I do. So anyway, fam, that's all I have for you tonight. Look for the links, and I'll see you soon.